Let's take a look at 3 tips that you should know when starting out as a web developer. So in my last interview with Joe from Codingphase, I asked him some questions on web development and specifically for new web developers. So go ahead and take a look at this. We go over 3 different things that you should do if you're starting out with web development, how you can get started, some good tips. Take a look.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say is some tips for people who want to become a web developer?
Okay, I would say number 1, don't give up. It's like going up a mountain at first, and then you got to know that when you're coming down off the mountain, it's so much easier than going up. You know, once you learn all the basics, it's pretty much you learn HTML, then you learn CSS for the styles. Then from there, you learn JavaScript just to make, interactions or, anything that you want clickable. Then from there, learn jQuery. After you learn jQuery and you understand the basic things of adding classes and, adding, removing classes, then from there, jump into objective-oriented programming. And then from there, just jump into ES6. And that's it. Once you have those things, then you jump into a framework. A framework is going to be so much easier for you guys, to build things. But you need to know the basics. If you don't know those things that I mentioned first, don't try to move on to a framework because you're still not ready. Like for me, one of the things that I did wrong in the beginning was I was learning a little bit of JavaScript and then I jumped straight to a framework. So I started learning Angular, and pretty much I didn't even know how to do a for each loop properly, but I knew how to do it through Angular. You know what I mean? Like I knew how to do it through the bind, and it's like you don't even know how to do the basics. Why are you trying to learn a framework? So I think that's something that I would say to everybody. First, learn the basics, and once you're comfortable with the basics, then jump to a framework.
So that's a lot of good stuff there. So 1, don't give up. So you need to keep going. And I think when you say don't give up, meaning that give yourself like a time frame to learn.
Yeah, don't give up. Don't just because you find a block in the road, don't give up and say, hey, I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. You have to just continue with coding and search online. That's why, there's Google. Just whatever question you might think of, somebody already asked that same question 3-4 years ago. So don't think that you're on this, on this road by yourself. There's a community. Everybody has put questions online asking about things that for anybody else would be like, oh, this is so dumb. I'm not gonna ask this question because I'm gonna look dumb. No, it's not about being dumb. It's just you just don't know it yet. Once you know it, then you're going to be good. So don't give up in the beginning. Just keep going with with your learning and the process. It takes time. It's not about being intelligent. It's not about being smart. It's about putting in that time and putting in that work for you to be able to become a developer.
And you said also learn the basics, learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Yep. Don't jump into a framework, which I think is great advice. Just to learn, just open up Notepad and and just start creating something from scratch.
Exactly. Learn from the beginning. Even when you have stuff like Atom, when Atom closes tags for you, even that could hurt a developer because a lot of times you think, hey, if I just click enter, the tag was already closed. But you need to learn how to do that by yourself without help of of a code editor, without having snippets, without just pretty much knowing the basics and being able to just build it yourself, and then from there jump into something else.
Yep, and then start learning a framework and learning it really, really well. Exactly. When do you think? Thanks for watching. As always, it's been really fun. If you like this video, click on the subscribe button. And if you're in the Portland area, next week in March of 2017, I'm actually going to be at EmberConf. So if you're in the Portland area, hit me up on Twitter at ErikCH. I'd love to talk. Take care.